Good morning. It's like we don't quite have quorum. Hopefully soon.
Good morning.
Good morning. Is that a new virtual background for Katati?
It's my virtual background. We're pretty proud of the partitions we put in separating the public from the staff council area.
Very cool. All right. Hopefully we'll get at least one more member soon so we can start. It would be great if we had all 5.
Yeah. Does Santa Rosa have the ability to do like hybrid public meetings? Have some remote and some there?
I think things are being checked into to see how it's all going to play out, but
We're almost there. Not quite.
yeah, it's probably coming.
Yeah.
There we go. That's starting to look like a meeting.
Good morning, Mary Grace.
Morning, Jennifer. Morning, Craig.
Morning.
So we have a quorum now. I don't know if we want to wait another minute or two. I believe everyone was accepted the meeting. So do you all have a preference? Give it another couple minutes, maybe?
I think so.
Okay, we'll do that.
The COVID delay. Everything takes that much longer.
Yeah. Even though the meeting's just happening down the hallway.
Yeah. Jennifer, you have BPU this afternoon.
Yes, we do. And we'll be doing a study session on the budget. So. All right, just checking in with the committee again. I tried to text and email. What would you all like to do?
How about for getting started?
Okay. Mary Grace, does that work for you?
Yep, that works for me.
All right. All right, so we will go ahead and call the meeting to order at 8:09. Secretary Reyes, can you please do a roll call?
Santa Rosa Water,
Here?
City of Cotati,
Here.
City of Rohnert Park,
Here.
Sonoma Water, City of Sebastopol.
All right, thank you. So we have 3 present and 2 absent. And then Secretary Reyes, can you report out on the staff and members of the public that are present at the meeting?
So staff, Andrew Allen, Emma Walton, Jason Roberts, Janine Saragosa, Joe Schiavone, John Stinson, Kimberly Zunino, Lori Urbanik, Peter Martin, Roberta Atha, Sean McNeil, Tanya Makovitz, members of the public, Brenda Alderman, sorry.
Thank you. So let's see. Do we have any announcements? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to item 3, approval of minutes. Does someone want to move approval?
I'll move approval.
All right, we've Rohnert Park making a motion. Is there a second?
Yes, I'll second that.
Okay, so we have Rohnert Park making the motion, Cotati seconding. Are there any comments or discussion from the committee? Right, before we accept the minutes, we will open for public comment. So we are now taking public comments on the minutes approval. If you wish to make a comment via Zoom, please raise your hand. If you're dialing in via telephone, please dial *9 to raise your hand. And Secretary Reyes, do we have any live email or voicemail public comments on the minutes?
We have none.
All right. Then can you please do a roll call vote?
Santa Rosa Water,
Aye.
City of Cotati,
Aye.
City of Rohnert Park,
Aye.
Sonoma Water, City of Sebastopol.
All right, thank you. So those minutes are approved with 3 ayes and 2 absent. And now we'll move on to item 4, public comment. So we are now taking public comments on item 4. If you wish to make a comment via Zoom, please raise your hand. If you're dialing in via telephone, please dial *9 to raise your hand. And Secretary Reyes, do we have any live email or voicemail public comments on non-agenda items?
We have none.
All right, thank you. Okay, so that takes us to our new business, and this is our only action item for today. And that'll be a presentation for consideration of the fiscal year 21-22 regional budget and allocation of costs. And Kimberly Zunino, Deputy Director of Water Administration, will be leading this presentation.
Morning. I hope everybody's doing well. I am going to take you through pretty much the same presentation we've been through several times now, but we'll go through it quickly and then get to the final numbers so that you can determine whether or not you're ready to make a recommendation. So let me share my screen. All right, so here is our final presentation for budget. Once again, we'll just take a quick look at annual flows. We'll take a look at any of the fund changes, the allocations, the budget schedule, and then the recommendation. Flows for this year's O&M distribution of O&M expenditures are shown here, with some previous flows shown as well. Changes in the fund, once again, we are up by 1.6%. We talked about many of those budget drivers through the last two sessions, being O&M projects increasing and professional services increasing for the LizTech agreement. And then also based on the securing of the bond for the replacement of the UV project, we are seeing a 9% increase in debt service this year. Graphic look at the entire fund. This includes the miscellaneous revenues, and it also includes the small increase in the O&M reserve to reach the 15% policy target. For CIP, our cash funding, this just gives you the categories in which that cash funding will be applied. The majority of it being for plant infrastructure, a little bit for the geysers infrastructure, and then continuing to work on the master planning. In our fund summary, you can see in the first line, that is the total operating and operations and maintenance expenditures budgeted for this year. The cash funding of $8 million for the capital improvement program. That small increase for bringing the operations reserve up to the 15% level. And then the total operations and maintenance and CIP number there. Down in the bottom right, you will see that we have applied the miscellaneous revenues that will come directly to the subregional fund and removed those from that total at the bottom. And then this is the application of fund balance shown here, as well as all of the O&M, the CIP contributions, and the debt service contributions with the total, the original difference, and then the amount of fund balance that will be applied to each, resulting in the total of amount due from each of the agencies, and then the percentage increase for each. We are meeting with you today. We will also be meeting with the Board of Public Utilities this afternoon. In that session, we will be doing a study session on all of our budgets, which includes the regional study session. We will be back at the BPU on April 15th to request a recommendation to City Council. And then we will be at City Council on April 27th to receive approval of the preliminary regional budget so that we may notify the partners in the beginning of May. Then City Council will have their budget study sessions on May 11th and 12th, and then they will consider adoption of the entire budget on June 22nd for the entire city. And with that, it is recommended by Santa Rosa Water staff that the Subregional Technical Advisory Committee recommend the fiscal year 2021-22 budget and allocations to the Board of Public Utilities and City Council.
And I believe Kimberly is available if there are any questions from the committee or if there's any discussion that the committee would like to have.
I have no questions.
No questions.
All right. With no questions, then we are looking for a recommendation if anyone would be so inclined to make a motion.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All right, so we have a motion from Katati and a second from Roner Park. And now we'll open it up for public comment. So we are now taking public comment on item 5.1. If you wish to make a comment via Zoom, please raise your hand. If you're dialing in via telephone, please dial *9 to raise your hand. And Secretary Reyes, do we have any live email or voicemail public comments?
We have none.
Okay, so can we please have a roll call vote?
Santa Rosa Water,
Aye.
City of Cotati,
Aye.
City of Rohnert Park,
Aye.
Sonoma Water, City of Sebastopol.
All right, thank you. So that passes with 3 ayes and 2 absent. And that concludes the business for today's subcommittee meeting. So really want to thank you all for your time. I know we had an extra meeting thrown in there, but I think it was really helpful. Appreciate all your work on us with us on the budget, and enjoy the gift of time.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Have a great one, everyone. Meeting is adjourned.
Take care.